Hi all, let us discuss regarding functions and components of information system. Hope by now you would have got some clarity on what is information system, what is the purpose of information system in a business scenario, and what does the information system do for any kind of business. With this, it's good time to move into the functions and components of information system. So basically, this particular session we would be discussing on functions of information system and the components of information system. So when we talk about the functions of information system, as you could see a kind of input here, then processing output, and again the output is coming back to the input in the form of a feedback, and we have the environment surrounded with a complete set of people or entities like customers, suppliers, regulatory agencies, stockholders, competitors, etc. So let us see how does an information system evolve with these kind of environments. So first when we talk about the input, the data that is being received from various heterogeneous sources forms the input for an information system. Many business transactions and other events that are getting captured in terms of operational aspects also serve as a data or as an input. These particular input get processed basically, which could be either classified, arranged, or calculated, and then gets transformed to an output. So very precisely, the raw data that is coming from various aspects comes as an input which gets transformed through processing to the required output. Data once entered is subjected to processing activities which may include calculations, sorting, classification, summarizing, etc. So when we talk about a payroll system, for an example, the net salary calculation involves processing of deduction of taxes, addition of commission earned, etc. Then comes output of information system. Information thus produced by processing activity needs to be transmitted to appropriate end users. This is done by the output activity. Information produced by the information system may be in a form of a text, images, videos, or it could be a form, reports, etc. See, basically, if somebody wants to look into the sales performance of a particular region, these are all some of the examples of the output. Next is the storage of data resources. Data and information are required to be stored for futuristic purposes, and hence they need to be placed very carefully in a repository. So for example, maintaining the information pertaining to customers, employees, products, etc. is very, very critical for an organization. Next is control of system performance. Controlling is to keep a check on the performance of the information system. An information system should produce feedback. So basically, how do we enforce the control here is through the feedback process. So when we talk about the feedback, what happens here is an information system should produce feedback about its input, processing, output, and storage activity, which are closely monitored. And if a system is not in line with objectives or with the goal that has been set, then corrective measures would be taken in form of control actions, and it is again taken back to the input to start from the beginning. So of course, the environment consists of suppliers, customers, regulatory bodies, stockholders, and the competitors as common in any kind of a business. So these are the main functions of information system. Now let's move on to the components of information system. When we look into the components of the information system at the broader level, you could see the main components as people resources, software resources, hardware, network, and data resources. So the outer region comprises of 5 main resources. They are people, hardware, software, network, and data resources. So inside, as I told you, it will contain an input, processing, output, storage. As we discussed, storage of information is very critical for an organization. And then we will have the control system also here. All these things comprises of components of an information system. Let us see what exactly is a people resource first. So when I talk about the people resource, it means end users and the people, information system people who are designing it. So end user can be you and me or anyone who makes use of the information system. And then IS specialist, that is information system specialist, system analyst, software programmers, system operators, etc. Next comes the hardware resources. So when we talk about the hardware resources, it includes machines, computer videos, monitors, computer video monitors, magnetic disk, or any physical equipment that is concerned with the computer system comes under the hardware resources. When we talk about the software, as you all know, software are a set of programs that are written in order to make the hardware function or in order to accomplish certain tasks. Here when we talk about the software resources, it comes under two categorization. One is application programs and another one is system program. System programs are the one which makes the system components functionable, and application program are the one that are written in order to fulfill certain task or an application. Example like banking, reservation system, etc. Next comes the data resources. When we talk about data resources, it's a very critical aspect which includes database containing inventory details, employee, customer, sales, products, anything that is required for futuristic purposes are stored in data resources. Next one is the network resources. Communication processors and media, network access and control software systems comes under this. So when we talk about the network resources, the communication upon which the various activities happen in a network system. So we use certain protocols, the medium of communication, and certain network devices to support all these aspects. So when we talk about people, software, hardware, network, and data resources, there are 5 critical resources that are very much required for any information system to function well. Next, as we discussed, let's quickly look into the details of what comprises of these 5 main resources. Basically, it is people, which consist of IT specialist like a database administrator or a network engineer or an end user, etc. Hardware that you can physically see, touch and feel upon, which includes servers, computer peripherals, etc. Software, which consists of system software and application software and utility software. Utility software are intended for certain utility functions like time, storage, etc. Data consists of all knowledge and databases in the information system. Networks consist of communication media and network support services. So let us see what is information technology. Now we have seen what is information system, what are the functions and the components of information systems. IT, the most popular terminology, is also closely associated with information system. Let us see what it is and close this particular session. So when we talk about IT, it is concerned with technology to handle information or to treat information. IT can be defined as a collection of computer hardware, software, database, networking, and telecommunication devices that helps the organization to manage the various business processes more effectively and efficiently. So all put together comes under the category of information technology. So what is the purpose of this? This helps right from the acquisition of information, right, and then processing, storage and dissemination of information, which could be a text or a picture or a numerical information or anything, a combination of everything are part of this information technology services. So I think you are clear with what is information system and what is information technology. So with this, we'll continue in the next session about business information system. Thank you.